Now to California, where voters are picking a replacement for the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. It is an incredibly rare opportunity to win an open Senate seat there, so it's been very expensive and hard fought between some of the biggest names in California politics. Democratic members of Congress, Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and Barbara Lee. They are fighting on the left. On the Republican side, former LA Dodger superstar Steve Garvey is looking to break through. The big question voters are deciding today is whether the general election will feature two Democrats or one. That's because California has a so-called jungle primary, meaning the top two candidates will advance to the general election in November, regardless of their party, and with more than $71 million being spent on ads. The race is the most expensive political contest of the year besides the presidential election. Our Stephanie Elam is standing by in Santa Ana, California. Stephanie.
Yeah, and Dana, they've spent more money on ads for this Senate race in California than there has been spent on presidential ads. So that just shows you how competitive it is here. And Adam Schiff by far has amassed the largest war chest to go about the battle of getting these ads out there and to win. He says he's still going to fight like he's the underdog. And just for comparison purposes, in 2018, for Senator Feinstein's re-election, that was a $4.2 million spend. And then if you look at 22, when Senator Alex Padilla went back to get his first full term as senator from California, that cost just over $6 million. So you look at that over $71 million number, and it's a massive number here. Also, what's interesting here is that you've got the fact that whoever those first two candidates are, they are the ones who are going to go head to head in November. So that's why today's election for Senate is so important. Will it be two Dems against each other, or will it be a Democrat versus a Republican taking a look at the baseball star Steve Garvey? That's what a lot of people are waiting to see if that will happen. But keep in mind, here in California, Democrats outnumber Republicans 2-1. So it tends to be a blue state. So that's something that people are interested in. I should also note, Dana, that it's noteworthy with all that money being spent on ads, not $1 of that has been from an ad spent by Steve Garvey. Not one.
Wow. I didn't realize that. That's really interesting, Stephanie. He might not be spending money on himself, but one of his opponents is spending money trying to prop him up, and that is Adam Schiff. He's running ads touting the conservative record of Republican Steve Garvey. We'll explain why after our viewers watch some of it.
Conservative Republican Steve Garvey voted for Trump twice, surging in the polls. Fox News says he'd boost Republican control. Democrat Adam Schiff stands up for us.
So you mentioned the 2-1 margin of Democrats to Republican voters in California. That's why Adam Schiff is boosting Garvey, because he wants to run against a Republican, not a fellow Democrat, right?
Yeah, because obviously they'll be battle axing if it gets to November and it's Democrat versus Democrat. If it turns out that it's a Republican, that's going to weigh in the Democrats' favor. Adam Schiff has been leading these polls. People know who he is outside of California as well, because he was so influential in former President Trump's first impeachment trial. So he has the recognition. People believe that he can actually do the job that needs to be done, considering what the progressives and the Democrats are looking for. But yeah, it seems that because of this attack, it's actually raised the profile of Steve Garvey in California. Remember, he played for the Dodgers and the Padres. So he's a Southern California guy. All of the state doesn't know him perhaps as well. And so this is helping to raise his profile overall. That actually could help him get that top two position so that Adam Schiff thinks it'll be easier for him to defeat him come November.
Stephanie Elam, thank you so much for that.